Roll now.
This is Jared Bridegan, a Microsoft executive and a father of 4 children who was tragically gunned down back in February of last year. He was the victim of an ambush attack, being shot just yards away from his 2-year-old daughter. Now, 3 people are charged with his murder. 61-year-old Henry Tennant was the first arrest made in the case back in January of this year. Police say this guy's a felon with a very lengthy criminal history, and he pleaded guilty to being the shooter, admitting he was in fact the shooter and offering his cooperation in the ongoing case. Now, police from the beginning suspected that Henry Tennant didn't act alone. On March 16th, police made the second arrest in the case. They arrested 35-year-old Mario Fernandez Saldana, charged him with first-degree murder and a slew of other charges for his alleged connections to the case, which is Saldana's married to Jared Bridegan's ex-wife, and they were locked in a bitter custody battle at the time. Now, earlier today, authorities made a huge announcement in this murder investigation. Take a look.
We promised at the outset of this investigation we would not relent until we uncovered the truth of Jared's murder, the whole and entire truth. This morning, a 4th Circuit grand jury indicted Shanna Gardner for first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, solicitation to commit first-degree murder, and child abuse, all related to the murder of Jared Bridegan, Shanna's ex-husband. We will be filing a notice of our intent to seek the death penalty, as we have also done in the case of Mario Fernandez. This investigation has uncovered the truth of Jared's murder. Henry Tennant did not act alone. Mario Fernandez did not plan alone. And Shanna Gardner's indictment acknowledges her central and key role in the cold, calculated, and premeditated murder of Jared Bridegan.
Oh, Shanna better have a good lawyer. We've got great lawyers on the show tonight. Let me bring back in our think tank to talk about this. Criminal defense attorney Eklund Mercy, criminal defense attorney Kirk Nurmi, and high-profile litigation attorney John Phillips. Oh, boy, I've been waiting for this shoe to drop on this one. John, you're nodding. I'm going to start with you on this one, my friend. Your thoughts, please.
This is a hometown case. I know this prosecutor. I know this sheriff's office. I've watched it on local news while this thing unraveled from a guy getting ambushed and killed because he stopped for a tire in the road to was this murder for hire and did it involve his ex? And yes, yes, and yes. And, you know, the local Jacksonville folks have been watching this thing, suspecting this is where it was going to go. And today we had the bombshell by Melissa Nelson and the hardworking detectives at the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and let us know, yes, she's been indicted. This was a murder for hire plot, and they are seeking the death penalty.
Oh, wow. John, I'm so glad you said that. That was going to be my next question for Kirk Nurmi. Thank you for all of that. Kirk, we know that Mario Fernandez Saldana is already someone the state is seeking the death penalty against. John Phillips letting us know they're going to do it with Shanna Gardner Fernandez, his wife, who may be kind of estranged. She's living out west, and he's in Florida. She's going to be extradited, though. Tell me here, what happens here with co-defendants looking at this? If they're both looking at the death penalty, what do you think may happen, Kirk? Are they going to be tried together? Might somebody get a deal to roll? Give us your take, please.
I think odds are that it's possible that somebody could get a deal to roll. But one thing my experience teaches me, Julie, is that female killers, and I think we see it time and time again, feel justified on a deeper level than male killers. And I think that makes them more brazen. So I point that out because I think the digital footprint in this case, her actions to facilitate this murder, may be self-explanatory, and they may not need that additional evidence in order to flip. They might want it if they're seeking the death penalty, because they're going to take that extra step to show she's the worst of the worst. But I bet for a first-degree murder conviction, they're probably not going to need it because of brazen action she took in order to facilitate this murder. So, you know, who flips, we'll see. But really, the death penalty is the only thing that they're going to take off the table for anyone who flips, in my opinion.
Appreciate it, Kirk. Eklund, would you weigh in on that point as well, please? Who prosecutors are going to go after the most and why here? It seems like Henry Tennant is really a key to this case, even though he's the trigger man. The state's going to need him.
Yeah, I actually think that they have enough to prosecute all three. I think that I have to give credit where credit is due. Sometimes prosecutors kind of fold in to public outcry and wanting to charge everybody at the same time, and hopefully you can make a case later on. But seeing what the prosecutors did here was just masterful. They picked each defendant and really had the indictment that really plugs into their own actions. And I think that knowing that there's no statute of limitations for murder cases, they really just coordinated a way to make the female suspect just kind of, sometimes you could give people enough rope so they can hang themselves. And I think that that's what the prosecution did here. So I don't think they need anybody to flip. I think they're just ready for trial for each and every one.
Oh, I like that. Excellent point. Eklund, Mercy, Kirk, Nurmi, John Phillips, thank you for all of that. We're going to continue watching this one very closely. As John mentioned, this case happening in Florida. Our cameras were there the last time Mr. Saldana was there. They'll be there when his wife gets there soon, too. We're going to hit a break, folks. When we come back, lots more ahead. And here's a preview of what's up next. Criminology grad student and accused killer Brian Kohberger expected in court Friday for a big hearing in the Idaho student's murder case.